My 2 cents on social media is I'm just going to kind of tell you what I think. And I'd love to hear your thoughts too. And I'm going to ask you some questions that I'd love to get some feedback on. But I think for me, I just want to do a little history of my social media experience, because I'm one of these people, like I was a child in the 60s and we had just a rotary dial phone. We had a radio with a dial that you had to kind of go, try to get the station, and you know, it was all AM. The FM was still kind of a new idea, and our TV had a clicker to change the channel, and it had this vertical line that sometimes you had to get the picture to stay where you wanted it, and you had the bunny ears to get the signal. I mean, that's what I grew up with. The idea of having the world in my hand in a smartphone, that would have been a futuristic movie that we couldn't have even conceived of, really. I mean, amazing. I mean, as time marched on, I wanted the newest and latest always. Always. I was the first person in my like little circle of friends to have a tape recorder. I had a tape recorder. I drove everybody crazy. I was constantly tape recording everyone. I just loved it. I mean, I was always wanting the latest and greatest. And when computers came out, I wanted one. My husband was able to get one through his job. They were buying computers, and they let some of us buy a computer, and we had the big blue screen with the little white letters. I know everybody remembers the green screen, but we had the blue one with the little white letters, and you had to run DOS. You had to learn DOS. What? And that dial-up sound. So we just were always kind of like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And honestly, it's just been so fun that I'm always looking to see what's coming next. And social media, I was like ready to jump in when I first heard ideas. Like I had a blog, and I had built my own little website. I learned some HTML. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of fun. I learned HTML, and I started learning how the back end of the websites go. It's very interesting. It's code writing. I mean, that is what it is. I can write HTML like, see my dog run fast. If that's where reading, we're like the same as HTML. That's about where I'm at. I cannot do much. I'd have to go like look at it again, but I can't just go and figure it out. But I know enough to see when I could look at a code and kind of see where stuff is just a little, but it was interesting. And so moving forward, social media comes along, and I'd already started a blog, and I already learned some little things here and there, and it was MySpace. And so, of course, I opened one. I think my teenagers, I might have had teenagers at that time, and they might have been telling me about it, but I had an account. I didn't really know what to do with it, and I don't remember being all that impressed with it. And a girlfriend of mine found a networking site called Rise, and we both joined that, and I found my home-based business. So that would be 14 years ago. And it was just a great place to network. It was kind of like LinkedIn is now, but it just didn't ever really take off. So it's really just dead now. And MySpace is kind of dead. I went and looked. I couldn't even find my account on either one of those. But that's where I started. And then I found Facebook. Oh my gosh, Facebook. Don't you just love Facebook? Well, if you don't, I don't know. I do. And when it first started, it was like, what are you doing today? What are you eating today? Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Where are you going? That was Facebook. It's sort of lost some of that. It's more like posting this and posting that and sharing and this funny, that, and this funny. It's not as much about like what you're doing today, but that's what I always enjoyed. And to be honest with you, I'm seeing a lot more of that on YouTube, where it's kind of, that's probably what's drawing me there. And I'll tell you a few of the things I love about Facebook that you can do nowhere else. Groups. I'm in a bunch of groups. I'm in groups for camping, groups for sewing. I have a group for my health and wellness business, and it's just a great place to kind of be in little, where you can interact, like really interact. They've added live video, so that's kind of cool. I absolutely love what you can do interaction-wise with Facebook. It has its own messaging system, which is amazing because, you know, it's managing your connections and it's all in one place. So I love that. And I try to steer all of my business to Facebook so I can keep it all in one place. I love the connections. It's like I work for myself, and I'm not getting into an office and seeing what everybody's up to, and I'm not finding out where they're going on vacation and what they're doing and looking at their pictures on their phone from vacation. I don't have that. I work from home, and I run into my studio and work with my husband and my son. And we see each other all the time, and there's nothing new. So Facebook is my water cooler. It's a great place for me to kind of just see what people are doing. I love the vacations that people are taking. I love it when you post your vacation pictures. Please keep doing that. I love it when you post your birthday parties and fun things and exciting moments. If you have something sad, I don't like sad, but if it's sad, please let me pray for you. So post that and I will absolutely, honest to God, pray for you. I also like to laugh. So if you got funny cat videos and dog videos and kid things and just people doing stupid things and hilariousness, I love that. But if it is death and mayhem and destruction, I do not. It's just me. And I will absolutely give my time to fun and happiness. That's what I'm there for, is just take a little break and see what's going on and have a little laugh and have some fun and be touched by people. What I will not, absolutely will not give one iota of my time to is hatred, meanness, and anger. I just, no. I will absolutely remove that not only from my feed, but I'll probably remove them from my friend list as well. It's just not in my, it's not in my desire to see that. It's just not. I don't want to shut anybody up and I don't want to shut anybody down. If they want to be mean and they want to be angry and they want to be horrible and they want to show, you know, death, destruction, and mayhem, go ahead. Go right ahead. Like, I'm for freedom. Like, I love the freedom of social media. Anything goes. But the cool thing is you get to choose. You get to choose what you're looking at, what you're paying attention to. You get to choose. I call it curating. You get to curate all your social medias. You get to choose what you're looking at. On Facebook, you get to choose who's in your feed and who isn't. So you might keep a friend, maybe it's a relative or maybe it's somebody you care about, but you don't want to see their posts anymore. Unfollow. That's still a friend. Just unfollow and they're out of your feed, and you can go look at them when you need to, but you don't have to see it every time. So if they're upsetting you in any way, unfollow. And if they're not your relative or not somebody important to you, unfriend. Just get rid of them, because there's a place for them, right? I mean, there's a tribe for them. My tribe, we're happy, smiling, bright side of the life. We're looking for good stuff. That's my tribe. I love that. So if you're that, I'm going to be happy with you. But if it's negative, I don't want to be in that tribe. No, not even a little. Facebook's still my favorite, okay? But I also discovered Instagram when it came along, and it was less about what you're doing and what you're thinking and what you're eating, and more about, here's what I had for lunch, isn't it beautiful? And here's where I'm at, isn't it beautiful? It was like visual. And as a photographer, love it. Love it. Just love it. And I follow a lot of photography. I follow a lot of travelers. I follow a lot of famous people. I just love, love, love the visual aspect of Instagram. What I don't love is that people aren't their own name, and I can't remember who's who. Like, who are you? Oh yeah, that's somebody I know. I would say that, you know, all my kids have moved more to Instagram. My grandkids have moved more to Instagram. So I definitely love following them there. But if for the interactivity and the business aspect of it and just sharing aspect of it and being able to see the groups is everything to me on Facebook, and you don't have that on Instagram. So if I had to give one up, I would keep my Facebook. But I don't have to give them up. I get to have both. And then there's Twitter. Never really got Twitter. Still trying to understand Twitter. What I love about Twitter is it's quick and short and easy, and you can run down the feed pretty fast. And I go there immediately if something's going on in the world and kind of just see what everybody's saying. It's a really free-for-all in there, and I love that. I would say that Twitter is more about just what's happening. What's happening. That's kind of my view of Twitter. And LinkedIn is a businessy place, and I have just kind of rediscovered it. I've had my account in there forever, but lately I've been in there like revamping everything and kind of playing with it, and I am loving it. If you like business articles and positive motivation and making friends with people that are in a business mind, it doesn't mean you have to own a business. Lots of people don't, but LinkedIn is a business-oriented place, and I love it because it kind of just rises to an elevation of business, and I'm enjoying it. So you can find me on LinkedIn. Let's talk about Pinterest for a moment. Don't you love Pinterest? I mean, it's just great. And think of it as like your pin board. It's more like a place where you like have your little card file where you're saving everything. And one of the things I love about Pinterest is it's not just a go-to find place. Like, I could go there and find things, yes, but I can also find things out here in the internet and save it to my Pinterest. And that is really valuable. So if you're on a website and you're like, I want to remember this, how am I going to remember this? Go to that and pin it into your Pinterest. That's how everything got into Pinterest, people pinning from the internet. And so one of the things I don't like is when someone saves from their computer and pins it, because now you don't know where they got it. And oh my gosh, I didn't understand that in the beginning, and I was pinning like crazy from my computer, things I had saved before Pinterest existed. And so people might see that cute couch or that cute whatever, and if I posted it from my computer, they cannot find where it came from. So I may still have a few of those lingering, but mostly what I try to do is pin from the source so they can go find it if they want to click on it. So you should be able to click on it and see where it came from. I know in our photography we have a Pinterest page, and you can click on a picture and it'll take you back to more pictures like that on our website. So that's kind of cool, right? So if you want to buy it, you can find it. So that's Pinterest for saving stuff, for collecting stuff, and for getting lost for hours if you want. But man, can you get some great ideas. Get some great ideas. And our wedding business is all about Pinterest. Those brides are all over Pinterest creating their little boards, and you can kind of create all these little saved up sections. And my daughter named all her boards really cool names, like, you know, blah 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 blah. Mine are like kitchen, living room. I said, come in and name all my boards. And she said, you remember how you liked all my names? She goes, now I'm getting confused. I can't remember what's what, because my names are so wild. But you could also have secret boards no one else can see, so you can kind of just keep that to yourself if you want. How about Snapchat? I heard about Snapchat from a friend, and it's all about the filters, you know, the little bunny ears and the nose and the fun things like that. I never really got all that much into Snapchat. It was just more for the younger people. It probably still is, but I wanted to kind of get a feel for it, so I followed a bunch of famous people that I really liked, and I was kind of like hooked on seeing what they were doing today. And I don't know, like a couple months ago, they changed the whole format. I can't find my way around in there anymore, so it lost every bit of allure for me. I'm just not even looking anymore. I don't even care at all. So I never go to Snapchat anymore. I heard about one called WhatsApp, and I think that's more like international. If it's cool and I should be doing it, will you tell me? And if there's another one I didn't mention, please post a comment, because I will go look at it immediately. And if I left one out, please tell me so I could go look at it. I don't think I mentioned YouTube as a social media, and it is, and it's probably right now my favorite. I am loving it, and if you're watching this, of course, you like YouTube also. So how I discovered YouTube is just probably the same way everybody discovers it. I needed to know how to do something. So you go to YouTube and you type in what you want to know how to do, and you're on a video. Boom. It can be a little bit like Pinterest. You can kind of go down the rabbit trail, and I don't remember how, but I started discovering people like me were making videos, and I was loving them, and I was watching them, and I was becoming a fan. And the more I watched, the more I started thinking, well, I want to do that. Like, I want to talk. I want to say stuff. I want to like get in there and participate. So I made my channel, and I started with some really stupid stuff. I probably have 6 or 7 channels somewhere out there. I started one for my daughter's wedding. We were in a band, so I had a channel for our band. And so I ended up with the idea that I was really going to make a real YouTube channel that I was going to concentrate on, and that is this one. And it started with my glamper, and then I started thinking, Farrell, focus. It was fun because focus your camera, but focus on what? Focus on what? Whatever I'm focused on, that's what. So it kind of feels like an anything goes place, and I love talking about whatever. Like today I'm talking about social media. It doesn't really have anything to do with anything that might be on my channel, but I'm just focused on it right now because I'm thinking about it. You know, I've been working on my LinkedIn, and that's kind of new, and I think about a lot about, you know, just how to work all of these things for business, and, you know, we have to keep up with that. So I want to talk about it. So I hope you'll indulge me and letting me talk about whatever I want, and that's what this channel is about. It's about anything. And it has been fun. It has stretched me in lots of different ways. If you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I say go for it, because it will help you grow as a person, and you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot about technology and how the internet works, and so it really does help. And I just feel like video is the future of social media. Now you're seeing Instagram with live video. Twitter tried to have it with Periscope, but I don't think that really worked out for some reason. It just seems to be dead. Facebook live video is huge, and YouTube is huge. And so there's other ones coming up. If you know of a social media platform that I didn't mention that I need to go look at, please leave me a comment so I can go discover some more. I just want to know whatever's the latest and greatest. I definitely do. I think basically social media platforms are going to come and go. I don't think anything's going to last forever. So you got to keep moving and growing and finding out if it's the next thing. Maybe you jumped onto Periscope thinking it was the next thing and it ended up not being the next thing, but that's okay. Keep moving forward, because we can go from a rotary dial phone to an iPhone, but there's nothing stopping us. And, you know, some of the young kids say that grandma took over Facebook. Well, let me tell you, grandma's here to stay. Grandma's here to stay in Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube. We're here to stay. Like it or not, we're not going anywhere. So that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents for now. I might have some more pennies laying around. But I am so looking forward to hearing what your favorite platform is. Why do you like it? And would you consider any of the other platforms? Are you looking to find out more about a different platform that you want to know how to work it, but you just don't know how? And tell me ones that I didn't mention, because I'd be curious to see what else people are into as far as social media goes. And if you've got a tip or a trick, put it in the comments and we'll all get to benefit from that. If you've got a video on social media and how-tos, put that down too so we can go look at your channel and find out what we need to know about social media. I hope you found this video fun, entertaining, or valuable. One of those. Just something good. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And click on subscribe, because I would love for you to be a follower and see what's next. And there's a little bell. If you click on that, I'm told you will get notified when I do a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I really look forward to seeing you next time. If this is your first video of mine that you've seen, other subjects I love to talk about is my glamper, which is camping glamorously, travel with my hubby, photography, fashion, and sewing, because I love to sew. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.